Good day. This is a new clip on my Märklin steam engine, and when I recently ran it, I had the problem that the crank broke out because the thread that held it to the axle was completely worn down. You know, it was brass, and over all these years it just completely wore out, and yeah, I decided to make a new one. The disadvantage, however, is that now the engine will only run in one direction because I don't have the accessories to mill the curve in there to allow the eccentric to be in two positions, and well, I got to live with that. Yeah, and in addition to that, the new crank is round and not in the oval shape that the original one was. This is the original one, and so this curve is no longer there. The engine will now only run backwards, and it's round, but actually I prefer the round shape into the oval shape from the original one. And yeah, just to protect the threads and to keep the part I made now from wearing out, I just additionally soldered the two parts together, but in fact you can remove it anytime you want. Just heat it up with a torch and you can screw it off. Now, another thing that I noticed when I decided to make the new part is that on this steam engine, or on this type of steam engine, the actual possible stroke on here is actually about 3 millimeters longer than what the original crank made possible. So I increased the stroke by 1.5. So I drilled this hole 1.5 millimeters further outside, which increases the overall stroke for up to 3 millimeters. So it's now 13 millimeter stroke instead of 10. And when I just test ran it, I could not see any disadvantages of the longer stroke. I actually have 1 millimeter still space to before the piston hits the walls, so it's still safe on there. Alright, enough talking. Here you can see the engine runs perfectly. Yeah, and now the engine has warmed up, and you can hear that the machine is actually running very, very quiet. Just a slight humming noise, and you know, if you keep your machine nice and oily, it will run forever.